Hello? Hello?
Hello, Vasifam, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you now. Hello?
You can hear me now, right?
Yes, I can hear you.
Hmm?
I can hear you.
Oh, it's bad.
About this matter. Which can left them on the user. I know they work. They just
Okay, so
they work different. They like okay. Nonsense. Nice one slap.
Hello? Hello?
Monday, ibang bumawala siya, no?
I don't know if you can hear me or see my screen, or if you are even with me.
Hello?
It's like network is bad.
Okay.
Can you see my screen? Hello?
Yes, I said I can't see the screen.
You can't see it?
No, I can't.
Can you see it now? Can you see the screen now?
Thank you.
Can you see my screen now?
Okay, let me check. Yes, I can see your screen now. Hello?
Yes.
I can see the
Okay,
screen
so
now.
we are going to continue from where we stopped the
Okay.
other time.
All right.
Okay, so this particular topic, we are going to add this to it. We talked about variables yesterday. We say variable is a name storage location for data.
You say what I
Storage.
did not get.
The variable is a named storage location for data.
Okay. We got that.
Yeah. So we made mention of the rules for naming variables. That is where we were talking about naming convention. That's the rules that governs the variable naming in Python. And one, we said that the variable name must not start with a number. It mustn't start with a number, but it can start with an underscore or with a letter. It can start with underscore or with a letter. It mustn't start with a number, and it must not also start with an hyphen. Then another thing I forgot to mention that yesterday is that variable naming does not accept spaces. It doesn't accept space between. Sorry,
You said that variable does not access space.
space. Yeah, like for instance now, if you want to name your variable, maybe name of school. You want your variable name to be name of school. You cannot do something like this, name of school. This is wrong because of the spaces you are given in between each word. So if your variable wants to be in this form, you can use the underscore to connect them. Then you do something like name underscore of underscore school. Are you getting that?
Yes.
Yeah, so Python doesn't accept the spaces between variables. And then
Okay.
I made mention of case sensitive. It is case sensitive in the sense that if you have age and then you have age, these are two different variables. Python cannot take both of them to be the same thing because the first letter here is different from the first letter here. Okay, and then we cited some examples based on that yesterday. And then there is another one called multiple assignment. Multiple assignment. When for instance, if your variable, you have three variables, let's say x equal to 1, y equal to 2, and z equal to 3. You see now, these are different variables declared in different lines. If you see, these are 4 lines of code that I've used for these 3 variables. But you can actually use one line to declare all the variables, and then you separate them with a comma by saying x equal x, comma y, comma z equal to 1, 2, 3. So this line 5 code is the same thing with what we have here. So this is just using one line of code to declare this codes variable that was initially declared in 3 different lines. Yeah, so from here, x is 1, y here is 2, and z here is 3. And also you cannot declare 2 variables here and then you come here to make 3 data. Are you listening?
Yes, I'm listening.
So if your variable here are 2, here the data must also be 2. Like we have x and y, so here should be 1, 2, not up to 3 because your variable here are just 2. So this particular line of code is called multiple assignment.
Okay, let me get one thing clear. Are you there?
Yes, I'm
Hello?
with you.
This X, Y, Z, is it that the line there is being drawn automatically or you included a subscript?
There is no such. This line, this one's under.
Yes.
Okay, I believe the lines appear because I have already declared the same variable up here.
Okay.
So it's trying to tell me that I'm declaring a variable that already existed. So that is what the line is trying to indicate. So if I go close to the line and click on it,
Hello?
Okay, are you still there?
Now I can hear you now, but your screen is not showing again.
Let me connect back. Are you seeing now?
Yes, I can see.
Okay, so if I remove this one here, those lines will go out.
Okay.
So from here you can display, you can say print X and say print X, print Y, then print Z. You see that that's 3 lines of print statements you could use. You can also use one line, then you just use comma to separate them. Print X, comma Y, comma Z. So whichever one, and how, depending on how you want to display your output, you can use one print statement, you can use two, and then you are good to go.
You said that we can use it depending on how we want to display our output. So
Mm.
how do you the preferable display for each output?
Like you know, all this thing, you might not want to display all the outputs at the same place and at the same point. You might have some output you display at the top, maybe at the top of a page, whereas some output will go to the bottom of the page. So in such situation, you cannot use the same print statement since all of them are not located in the same position. So you are bound to use different display prints to do that. Because if you use one, all of them will be displayed in the same place. Okay, for instance, now let me just say here, print X, and then I come down here, and then I say print print maybe I can say something here. So if I run this code now, let's say I run here. I right click and then say run testing. You see this now. So you see these outputs and these other ones, they are not in the same position. So if we use the same print statement, there is no way you can separate them. They will just appear in one straight line. Don't know if you understand it.
Yes, I understand.
Yeah, there is no way for now, but as we proceed, there is a sign you can always use to say break a line. You can use this sign, the backward slash and in. We are going to see that as we proceed to break codes into new lines instead of them going in the same line, even when you use one print statement. Okay, so another thing we are going to look at there is called data type. Don't know if you have a question there. Hmm?
No, no question.
Okay, so the next thing we'll look at is data type. Data type is simply the way a particular data behaves. Is it a number? Is it true or false? And that is called in Python Boolean. You remember there's always a time when we are writing exam and then the answer falls back. They say choose between true or false. So that is called a Boolean. And then also you also have another type that is you have a decimal point in it. So that is called float, a float. Are you getting me?
No, I'm not.
Okay, now for instance, this is I say data type is talking about the nature, how a particular data behaves. It's telling you the nature, the attribute of that data. It is important for you to know the data type you are dealing with so that you'll be able to use it properly in whatever you are doing. Otherwise, you get an error. Reason being that you cannot join two data of different data types together. For instance, when we are solving physics, you find out that if the velocity of a moving car is given in kilometer per second, and then the other unit, if the other parameter, if it doesn't rhyme, if the distance is given in centimeter, whereas the velocity was given in kilometer, what you have to do, you cannot use those two to find your speed. Reason being that they are not in the same unit. So it is either you convert the distance to kilometer to match with that of the velocity, and then you use it for your calculation, or you convert the velocity to centimeter to match so that the unit will be the same thing. So the same thing is applicable to data type. If you have a number and also a letter, you cannot add these two together because they are not of the same data type. Will I put it? They are not of the same unit. Are you understanding?
Yes.
Yeah, so you can only add a number with another number, not a number and a letter. So that's what data type does. It tells you the nature of the data you are dealing with, so that if maybe your work is going to involve some calculation in future as you are coding on, you realize that this is a string and you have an integer somewhere, you know that you cannot easily add them together. Otherwise, you have to convert them into the same unit. So now, these are the common data types we have in Python. We have the string. We have string, str, that is always used for string. We have integer. int. We have float, boolean. We have float, and it's also abbreviated as float. We have boolean. Call this bool. And then we have the list. Which is list. So now these are the data type that we have in Python. So you can also symbolize this with this. This is also a symbol for list. The square bracket. Whenever you see a square bracket in Python, it's telling you that that is a list. So I'm going to comment those out so that it will not return an error while we are writing our code. So now, string, how do you know when a data type is a string? How do you know when a data type is a string? Remember yesterday, I made something like name equal to Okon. This is a string. This is telling us anything, I said yesterday that anything that is included in a quotation, anything enclosed in a quotation mark, whether single quotation mark, double or triple quotation mark, that thing is a string. Whether it is a number, whether it is whatever it is, in as much as it is enclosed in a quotation mark, such is a string. Python sees it as letter, alphanumeric, doesn't consider it to be a number. So even though you put a number inside a quote, Python sees it as a string. And also, if you are not too sure of your data type, you can always check what kind of data type you are working with. Are you with me?
Yes.
Okay. So if we say print name now, and then we run, it's going to bring out this output. And here, it just brought the output. We don't know the kind of data type it is. So let's check the type of data type that is. So we still say print what? We say type. Type is a keyword in Python. You print type. That means you want to print the type of name. We want to print the data type of this variable called name. That's why we see put type. So whenever you say type, print type in Python, Python understands that you want to check the data type of that particular variable. So now I will run this code again here. See now, see the class. This is for the first print statement. This is the second one. It say str, which is what was here in this bracket here. That's the abbreviation for. Are you hearing me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Zefan, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. Hello? Hello?
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Yeah. Yes. Let me share my screen again.
Okay.
So this is how you check the data type of a particular variable. So let's say the same thing again. Let's say we change this place to 5 or 3 or whatever number you type in there.
I'm not seeing
Let's
your
say we
screen.
change it to number. Let's run this code again and see the kind of data type we are going to have here. Run this.
I'm not seeing the screen. No.
You see now, sorry?
I'm not seeing your screen.
Or you can hear me.
I can hear you, but I can't see the
Or you
screen.
can hear me.
Yes.
Can you see now? So
No,
I just replaced that place I wrote Okon. I just replace it with these random numbers. So I run this code again to check the number and the data type. You see now, it printed this, and also the data type is integer. That's why it printed int here for me. Can you see now?
No.
Can you see my screen? I don't know why this thing is just misbehaving. Just lock me out and then locks in again. Can you see my screen?
Yes, I can see it now.
So, as I was saying, that I just changed Okun from this place and put these random numbers, then to check the data type. Once you run this code, it's going to bring up this. And the data type is integer, int. Do you understand that?
No, I don't understand that.
Okay, initially here was Okun. So if you run this code, you want to check the data type of this name variable. What kind of data is it holding? Is it storing? So for you to check the data type, you say print type, then you put the variable name in brackets. So once you run this, it will be able to display the data type here in these places. You have int. So I run the code. Have you seen? So the data type is string. That's why you have str.
Okay.
So I now remove this Okon from here and just type in some random numbers in that place. Are you getting it?
Yes.
So I still want to check the data type of this variable name since I've removed Okon and then put something else. So I will still rerun the same code again. And it's bringing this int, telling me that the data name is no longer a string, but an integer because the value of the variable has been changed. Do you understand there?
Yes.
Do you understand?
Yes, I understand.
Ah. Okay. So if you really want to confirm that, you can also change this again and put this number in a string. You put it in a quote. Are you seeing that?
Yes.
That's the same number that gave me int, integer. So I've just include those numbers in a quote. So I want to rerun again and see if it's still going to give me int. And of course, it's not going to give me int. It's not going to give me integer. It's going to be string because I have enclosed them in a quotation mark. I remember I said anything in a quotation mark is a string, not an integer. So it has returned to this again. And then, how do we test? I have talked about this too. How do we test for a float? A float, let's say, float is any number with a decimal point. Any number that has a decimal point is called a float. Maybe you can say points equal to. Have you seen that?
Yes.
So you say print points, and print also type of points. So I run this code again. Okay, so have you seen it here? It printed the number and also this printed the data type. You got that? Are you there?
Yes, I am there.
Okay,
Okay, I
so
have a
that's
question.
for a float. Okay.
All right, when you type this 45.57, understand? This 45, is it seen as a single number? I mean, this 45.57, is the 45 seen as a single number?
Everything there is seen as a single number. It's seen as the number 45.57.
Okay.
But what makes it to be a float is because of that decimal points there.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay, so let's test for Boolean. Boolean is always true or false. Can say present equal to true. So anything that is yes or no is Boolean in Python. If it is either yes or no, true or false, one or zero, that is a Boolean function in Python. So I just say present equal to true, and then I say print present and also print the type of present. So I'm going to rerun this code now and see. You see now?
Yes.
It's giving us this. This is bool for Boolean function. I mean, Boolean data type.
Okay. I have a question.
Mm.
Okay, that means your present is a variable.
No, yes, present is a variable. While true is the data.
Okay.
Mm. Present is a variable. Point is a variable. Name here is a variable. And then the last one we are going to look at there is the list. It's a list, so you can simply say you can say names of boys equal to list John, Peter. You continue naming them. Okay, so that is it. Say name of John, boys equals to this. So you print this to see if it's a list. Okay, list expects at most one argument, got 3. So there is an error there. It said list expected 1 argument, but it got 3. Let's trace where the error is. Maybe I change this since this is double. And see this. Still giving an error. Let me remove this. Okay. Did you see that? Are you still with me?
Yes, I'm still with you.
Okay, that's a list, but that's not the nature of the list I wanted because a list contains more than one stuff. Let me see like this. Okay, I think that should be okay. Okay, so that's a list. And the data type here is a list. And most of the time here, I don't make use of this one. I just make use of the list symbol, which is the square bracket. You can see the square bracket here. So instead of me spelling out the list like this, I will just put the square bracket here. And also closed here with a square bracket. So by so doing, it's still the same thing. So even I rerun this code again, it's still going to return the same output. You understand?
Yes.
Mm-hmm. So let's write a simple program now. We are going to write, the question is a simple program that will assess somebody's name and then display, ask for the person's age and display the name and the age of the person. A program that will ask for the name of someone, ask for the age of the person, and also display the outputs of whatever it gets. Are you there with me?
Yes.
Okay. So with that, we are going to make use of 2 keywords in Python. That is the input and the print. Remember, input is to accept data from the user, whereas the print is used to display the data for the user to see. So a program that will accept, ask for name and also the age of a person and display them. So we start with name. You can say, what do we want to call our variable for name? You can say name equal to, because we want to ask a user for for data, so we use input. So we say name equal to input. Are you there?
Yes, I'm there.
Input. Then age equal to input. So we say print name and also print age. Are you following?
Yes, I'm following.
So now this input, once I run this code now, there will be a cursor blinking at this terminal. That is telling you to type something. Whenever you see a cursor blinking, it's telling you that it's going to accept data from you. And then with that, after that you have entered the name, then you hit enter in your keyboard. It will bring out another cursor asking you to enter the age. Once you enter the age and hit enter on your keyboard again, it will now use the print statement to print out the results on the same place. So I'm going to rerun that here. Say rerun. You see the cursor that is blinking here.
Yes.
So I will just enter any name, maybe Grace, and I hit enter. The cursor is blinking again using the second command here, which is
Okay.
I can just enter 24, and then I hit enter again for it to display those stuff. You see now that displayed Grace 24 with exit code 0, meaning the code has run successfully without any error. Are you getting that now?
Yes, I'm seeing. Yes, I'm seeing.
Okay, but one thing in that code is that it is not user friendly. What I mean by
He said
user
that the code.
friendly,
He said the code is not user friendly.
yes,
Okay.
the code is not user friendly because if at the first time that you open your Facebook account, you did not see where they say username, you'll be wondering what will I put in that box there. Even where they say password, you still be wondering what should go in there. You can even carry username and type where you're supposed to type your password and type password where you're supposed to type the username, and that will not work. So that kind of platform is user friendly because once you open it, you just saw username. That means you don't even need to ask question, what should I type here? You saw password, you don't need to ask question, what should I type here? Unlike this one, you just see the cursor blinking. Why I know that place is name is because I am the one that wrote the code. But if I cover this my screen up, I cover it up like that, and this cursor is blinking, and then they ask you, what should you type here? You may not know because there is no description of what should be typed there. That is why the code is said to be not user friendly. So whenever we are developing a particular code, we try to make it to be more to have a detailed explanation so that whoever we need wants to use it will not need more training, will not require you to go there and do too much training for someone to understand. Any app or website that is too difficult for people to learn, people might tend to run away from it. So we try as much as we can to make our code to be user friendly. And by so doing, you see this bracket that is empty. Have you seen that place?
Yes.
That is where we are going to use to describe what should be typed in this place and also here. So I also said that whatever is inside a string remains unchanged. Whatever you put inside a double quote is never changed whenever you are displaying it. So here I'm now going to say I will open double quote or single quote, that is a string inside that place, and then I say enter your name. Have you seen that?
I'm seeing a double quote, not those. You say you open a double, but you're opening a single.
You can open double, you can open single.
Okay.
Anyone you use, whatever you open, then make sure you close with it. So now, if I rerun this code now, this place that the cursor is blinking, instead of the cursor just to be blinking, it will show enter your name, and then you see the cursor blinking at the front of that statement. And by that is, you see that?
Yes.
So now, this one, you don't need to ask someone, what should I do? You don't even need to waste time on your own to know before you know what to write in that particular place. And you find out that this statement here came out exactly the same way it is written inside the quote, inside the string. So even though you make an error inside this place, that error will also come out here, because whatever you put inside a string comes out exactly the same way it was in the string. Do you understand that?
Yes.
So if I put Okon here and hit enter, the age will still be not user friendly. You see now, age is still not user friendly because I've not included the description inside. Are you getting that?
Yes.
So I will now put for age, enter your age. You can use any statement. These statements here are not configured statements. They are not predefined. You can put anything. You can say how old are you. You can choose to use any grammar so long as it's inside a string. There's no problem with that. So you can use any statement you want in there. So I will rerun this code now. You see, enter your name, maybe Okon. I hit enter, enter your age, I say 56. Have you seen that? It said Okon 56. Now,
Yes.
the input now is what? Is user friendly, but the output is not.
Okay.
The output just said Okon 56. What does it mean? 56 might be money, it might be age, it might be something else. So someone just see Okon 56. What does the 56 stand for? So you can now describe your code, the output, so that someone will just see it and then he or she gets the message directly. So you still use the same string inside. Okay, so you can say, so now we are going to separate this. There's what we call concatenation, separating names, separating variable data in Python is called concatenation. And then with that, we use plus and comma. So I'm going to use comma here. I said, you see that?
Yes.
So see that thing I told you now. Depending on how you want to display your output, you can use one print statement. Now I've removed the last print statement, and then this age I've carried it to this place because I want everything to be in one line, not two different lines again. And mind you, I said whatever you put in a string will come out as it is in the string. So how will this come out? This will come out name is age, years old. What does it mean? So if I type Okon as name and type 56 as age, what will be the output? It will be Okon is 56 years old. Are you getting that?
Yes.
So you can arrange it as you want, so long as the people, the users, will understand the grammar. You can choose to put anything in your string, and then you make it for the people to see. So I will run the code now again, and then here I will enter maybe Grace, hit enter, maybe 56. Okay, you see the output now. Say Grace is 56 years old. Not just Grace and 56, but a kind of descriptive output for the people to understand. And remember, I told you that this is called concatenation. The process of joining strings together is concatenation. And then you use just two symbols. Either you use a plus sign or you use comma. What is the difference between the plus and the comma? Is that the plus does not give space. You see now you have space between Grace and is, you have space. That is because of what? The comma you use. Between is and 56, there is space. Between 56 and years, there is space. Because of what? Because of this comma. So if I change here to plus, you find out that once it is printed, the 56 and years will be joined together. There'll be no space. Are you understanding?
Yes.
So I will run that again, and then I type something in, maybe joy. You see now, see 56 and years are joined together because of the kind of concatenation I use in that place.
Okay.
Is that good to go?
Yes.
Okay.
All right.
Is there a
Can
question there?
no, there's no question. Though my battery is low, we don't really have light at this end.
Okay, so maybe we'll stop there.
Is there a recording for this class?
I don't know that session that used to lock me out in and out. I don't know if the recording has stopped. But when I set up this, I enabled the recording.
Okay.
So
Maybe you
I'll
can
just
check.
have to we'll check.
Okay. All right.
I'll check on that. Okay, I
now.
think you should try something on this. You should
Okay.
try something on this. Write a Python program that's
Okay. Let me write the homework. Write a Python program that does what?
that stores your name. You know, when when I say store your name, just like that accepts your name, just the way it's accepted in this one.
Okay.
That stores your name,
Okay.
comma age,
Okay.
and favorite color in variables.
And favorite what?
Color
Okay.
in variables.
Okay.
And display the information using prints. And display the information using prints. The prints you using prints. And make sure your output, your information you display is user friendly.
Okay, output is user friendly. Okay.
Yeah. Okay,
All
now
right.
so
Will there be class
subject
tomorrow?
for today. Tomorrow, yeah. I think so. It
Okay.
should
So
be
the
because
assignment
tomorrow.
submit class,
Huh?
by the assignment to be submitted
Sorry?
in class. The assignment.
it should take longer.
No, should we submit it in the class tomorrow? It doesn't matter the time. I will do it.
Yeah, tomorrow.
Okay, no problem.
You'll be submitted tomorrow. All right.
All right. Bye.
Okay, bye. See you tomorrow then.